Welcome back to Money Making Mondays, where we take properties in Puerto Vallarta or the Bahia de Banderas area and we analyze them, we take a look at them, we look at comparables on Airbnb, and we see how much they cost to operate and how much they will pay you in returns. So today we have actually a listing that isn't actually on the market yet. I had an inside scoop on this one from our friend Rob Bailey. This is in the hotel zone of Puerto Vallarta. It is in the Grand Venetian, which is three giant towers that are right on the beachfront. So let's take a quick look. I've got all the photos here. So this is on the 22nd floor looking over the balcony. This is the bay. This is big, ginormous views. Big sliding glass walls, all open up, good sized deck. Alrighty. Sliding glass doors in the bedroom as well that all open up to the same deck. And I'll show you guys on a map where this is after. But they got lots of nice furniture in there. It's all high-end stuff. Everything's looking good. So this is looking down. There's a mass of pools down here. If you count all these little ones, I think there's 6 or 7 pools in the Grand Venetian Strip as well. This is just a big water feature underneath one of the buildings as you pull in. There's a bird's eye. I don't know why this is so zoomed out. Beautiful. And there's 2 of the 3 towers from afar. The third one is at an angle just behind this one. Okay, so let's look at, we can look at the area here. If we are in the bay, got the airport right here into Puerto Vallarta. All these purple dots are comparable, or not comparable, but Airbnbs. And if you can see through them all, there's the river that comes out here. And this is where the Grand Venetian is right here. So anyways, I've got a few comparables here pulled up. This one is actually a studio in the Grand Venetian, so a little bit less. These are just random dates I found in January at $227 a night. And that's at the top end of the rental rates for this unit. They go anywhere from $198 a night up to $229, and you get 50% occupancy for studio. Yeah, that's fair. Doesn't look like it has the same big views that our subject unit has. That's okay. Either way, it is a nice looking unit. Let's just take a quick look here. Yeah, it's not set up quite the same. Doesn't have the big views of the ocean, but beautiful nonetheless. And we got this one. This one rents out for between $160 and $180. As you see here, random night in January. Oh no, this is November because it was all booked out through December and January. And it's $180 a night. But look at the views. A little bit set back in the complex, but still amazing views of the ocean. So well done place. This one's on the 23rd floor, so very comparable to the one we have at $230 a night that's in September. So that's pretty impressive. Let's see what this one has to offer. See, look at all the pools. It's basically like a giant resort style condo. Perfect. Look at the views of the bay. That is phenomenal. You'll be able to see, being that high up, you'll be able to see the Marietas Islands. Lots of pools, lots of amenities. I like how they kept this place rather a mess for the photos, unless they're just trying to showcasing what they have. Tennis courts, and the Malecon, this is just showing an overview of the marina. Looking across, the Venetian is down here. We have this one. This one again is on the 22nd floor, so it's on the same floor as the one we're looking at. And again, just look at those views. And we already know what the amenities look like. This one rents out as $177 a night for a random night in January. You get anywhere from 160 to 180 per night. Another one on the 23rd floor, anywhere from 160 to $225 a night. These are all one bedrooms, by the way. Big views, well presented. Oh, the sunsets there are to die for. A little less on the furniture, not as nice. It's kind of just plain, but that's okay. Anyways, let's get over to the important parts. Let's talk about the numbers. So after going through all the utilities and all the costs to operate, it's going to cost about $575 a month to operate this place. And oh yeah, I guess we didn't go over the cost. The cost is $782,000 Canadian, with closing costs at 6%, coming out to $46,000. And furniture, the place is already so nicely furnished, but I always throw in a budget in there just in case at $2,000. So your total upfront cost is $830,000 Canadian. So, and let's break this down. I took the kind of 150 on the low end, 180 in the middle, and 200 on the higher end, even though there were ones that were getting even higher than this. And plus, being that I am opening up a business that manages Airbnbs, we're not going to be planning on getting any average style nightly rates. We are going to be operating them and having all the tricks up our sleeves to get the most amount of occupancy and the highest rates to be a top performing Airbnb. So I took just a middle of the range, $180 a night average. So that's $1,260 a week. So when we put that in, looking at an occupancy rate of 85% and a 21% management fee, comes out to $3,000 of net, $3,090 of net income per month, and that's $37,000 of income per year, coming out to like a 4.5% cash on cash annual return, which this is a higher end unit and of a lower size, so that's to be expected. The fact that it cash flows is great, and not just a little bit of cash flow. Whether you're having to leverage any money or not to borrow to make up your sum to buy this is up to you. But with the numbers I'm using, I'm just using a basic cash on cash return just to show what kind of income they're generating. So now, as we've talked about on other videos, there are other ways to have your money make you more money with utilizing the systems and bank accounts and stuff in Mexico. If you jump through the hoops, you get let's say you buy this property. As long as you have a $225,000 equity stakehold in the property, which means basically you have paid that much in cash and it's not financed. That's the minimum requirement that's required to qualify for a residency through an investment visa, which then you can jump through the hoops and get your tax number, and then you can open a bank account. And with keeping your money in Mexico, if you can afford to keep your cash flow down there, it'll save you money on taxes, as well as with the Mexican currency has been outperforming the Canadian dollar for the last few years. And especially in the last year, depending on which day you look, it's gone up between 18 and 25% over the last 365 days, looking at the Mexican currency versus the Canadian dollar. So what that means basically is if your money is sitting in a Canadian account, it's being worth less and less and less. Of course, not only in the Canadian economy buying goods, but also in another country like Mexico, where their currency has been outperforming, which means the Canadian dollar is becoming less and less valuable and buys you less things in Mexico. But if you can flip that and use that to your advantage, and you can keep your profits in Mexico, let's say year over year, there's another 7% gain in strength of the Mexican peso versus the Canadian dollar. That's what I've calculated here. And then also I have connections with an investment banker in Puerto Vallarta, who can have like the going rate for government-backed securities is like 11.5%. And I have friends that have GICs on 6-month terms that actually pay out daily, but they're on a 13% return. So if you were to utilize just those two elements, that $37,000, if you keep it all in Mexico, and this is before your savings and taxes, you would be netting $56,000 a year, which brings you up to a 6.8% cash on cash return from the previous 4.4% return. And of course, there are statistics showing the nightly rate increase over time for this area. And in that area, it is 9%. They calculate it quarterly. So every quarter, the average nightly stay within that region of like hotels and condos is 9% quarterly. So if you were to factor in 9% annual to be on the safe and conservative side, that brings that $56,000 of income up to $59,000 of income just by the competition and inflating price, which rising tourism. What was there? There was like $6.2 million or 6.2 million people visited Puerto Vallarta last year on tourist visas, which is insane. So anyways, there's lots of opportunity here. This is a beautiful condo. Thanks again, Rob Bailey, for that. Coming in at $782,000, which I should have said at the beginning, but we're learning. That's it for Money Making Money today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, and leave a comment if there's things that specifically you would like to see in these videos. Thanks a lot, and till next time.